Hi, welcome back to another SaaS. This is X15. We are quite ahead. It's been like what 16. It's been around like 20 plus videos now. So that's cool. Uh yeah. So this one's about like randomly walking. I mean it's exactly that, just like random walks. Now I am sort of a an active person is what I'll say. I mean I have sort of an energy problem in the sense that I have too much energy. Uh too much energy in the sense that I'm like mostly caffeinated and like tapping my feet and kind of I wouldn't say ADHD, but then I would say I mean I like spending energy. I also like thinking a lot, so cognition wise as well. So it's kind of one thing. So I got like too much physical energy as well as too much mental energy. So yesterday I was like out for my night walk, and I just been seeing memes these days. I've been taking a lot of inspiration from memes these days. So I just remembered that meme of like the world being an open world RPG, and yeah, so there's a path when I move between two jogging tracks, and that's where like a road is. It's like a junction with like 4 or 5 roads joining, and I stopped and I thought, why am I walking on a jogging track amidst trees with the same old route again and again? And I just went into the junction. So I took random turns. By random, I mean it's not actually random. I would say probabilistic walks, not random walks, probabilistic walks. So I mean, okay, a random variable is not always uniform, so it's still a random walk. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, it's kind of a random walk. It's a random walk. So what is my what is my probability distribution of choosing where to go next? It's like what looks exciting, or like what you have questions about what makes me curious about it. So it's like you don't open Google Maps and you try to chart out the city in your own mind. Yesterday I did this for like 2 hours. It was night time, so I started out around 8:30. I returned at around 11ish. So yeah, that was interesting. The place that I live in, this is the first time I sort of it is like a new perspective of the place that I live in. Yeah, I'll not dox myself. But yeah, what I realized is like the Force from Star Wars is kind of real. You could look at things. I'm talking about things, not just people. You could look at things, how they're oriented, how they're placed, and sort of chart out a story around them. You could understand what they've been through. If a car is parked a certain way, you could understand where the people might be going. If yeah, this India is kind of chaotic. Okay, I can dox myself at a country level. India is chaotic. India has a lot of interesting things for you if you're just out there to look. And it's chaotic in a good sense. It's like it's good for a hungry mind, I would say. Lots of problems around to grasp and solve, and to think about and to meditate upon. So India is great like that. Very very creative place. A lot of interesting things happening in like just one scene. Too much information in just like one scene. It's like a nice way of, I don't know. It's like overloading your cognitive stuff. Maybe I should like start talking in like Sanskrit terminology soon. So in this case, how would you mention this as like overloading your indriya or like senses? So yeah, it's a great place to do this. Uh, yeah, you don't need a lot of stuff other than just like looking around and observing, just like using your senses to do a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there's interesting flowers around, so you notice different scents as you move along the route. Uh, and depending on the time of the day, uh, it's a different sort of color grade to the whole world. So this time, today as well, today is a Sunday. I can probably time dox myself, uh, temporarily dox myself. So I think that's fine. Uh, no one's going to like murder me in the past, right? Yeah. Uh, unless we find time machines down the line. But yeah, I think it's okay. Uh, so yeah, so yeah, today as well. I'm probably not probably. That's a certainty. I'm gonna go at around 3:30ish p.m. because I want more time this time. I want to see the city alive again. So it's like a Sunday, and the place at 11 is it's kind of nice, and it's like yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on. It's like a nice gradation between all sorts of things. So as a human society, as a culture, we are sort of like a really interesting species. I mean, if aliens were to like drop down on Earth and observe us, they'd be kind of interesting. They'd be interested. They'd be interested a lot. The stuff that we do, how we do it, and like how we go about our usual things. If you put on sort of a certain background music, uh, the kind of background music I'm saying is like imagine the sort of stuff that goes on when a goofy character is being introduced in a movie or something. Think about like Star Lord from like Guardians of the Galaxy, that kind of stuff. If you put on that sort of music and you just walk around, you trot around, the life is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's not boring. Uh, so yeah, you could look down on stuff, what's happening on the road. You could look up at stuff like what's interesting. I saw the most random hoardings, uh, and on posters being put on trees and benches and bus stands. I'll probably also like take like random city buses to places, and I'll ask the conductor where should I go. That will probably be good. Which was good to look. What's good to look at. Uh, I could be like I could act like a tourist. I am not a tourist, of course, in my own city. I'm not a tourist. I know stuff, but then I felt like a tourist yesterday, so that was great. Uh, this has probably sort of given me a new appetite to like travel again. For a while, I was a mountains guy, so I was into just looking at mountains. But then like cities are also doing a thing for me now. It's kind of a new kind of it is a new sort of thing now. Cities, walkable cities. So maybe I'll start traveling. Maybe I'll start traveling. Uh, and I'll walk. I'll probably not go to like destinations as such. I do not like. Okay, I do not like concentrated crowds. Is what I don't like. I like distributed crowds that are dynamic. I do not like static crowds. I like dynamic crowds in the sense that not just in the sense that they're like jumping up and down at a concert, but more like they're like doing their own things. It's like a well orchestrated thing as a society. Observing that is like kind of fun. And while you move along in that, now imagine if you had a perspective in your own body that you could like move along as a red blood cell in your own bloodstream. If you attached a camera and like sensors to that, imagine the kind of stuff you would see. That is how you could imagine yourself being an analog to a whole city. You move around the whole city, you see stuff and you observe stuff. So it is like a whole new game that's opened up for me. I will move around with pocket notebooks and stuff. I don't think I'll log it. I am not going to be the vlogging person. Because privacy and stuff, and like I don't want to like yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I can't like in real time be like a Google Maps car and like blur out number plates and faces unless that becomes a filter later on. So I might do that. I don't want to dox people. Yeah. So yeah, it's been great actually. I mean, I don't get it why people have running clubs. They should just have walking clubs, like random walking clubs. I might start one down the line, where we just like walk and do random stuff. It's not okay. So you go prepared, of course. How do you go prepared? You of course have a backpack on you, have a big water bottle, carry a whole bunch of pocket notebooks. Uh, one more interesting thing is like you pretend to be a whole bunch of stuff in these. So you could pretend to be a writer, or you could pretend to be, I don't know, a journalist, or you could interview people, not in the YouTube blogging style, but more along the lines of you just like on the grounds kind of journalist. If you have a friend and you and you make the friend carry a camera, that'd be that'd be yeah. You could actually like wear fake ID cards for like journalism and stuff. I mean, why fake? Just create your own journalism agency. What about creating a parody journalism agency, like covering news? Maybe I would do that with a bunch of my friends. I do have friends like that who'd be into that. Uh, yeah. So probably every probably every weekend is something that I'm planning to do this. I do have a bunch of friends. We could have a news agency, like a parody news agency, is what I believe. Uh, yeah, this that. So what this has done for me is sort of given me a channel to sort of like yeah, grasp stuff. I mean, reading books is amazing. I do have a lot of books with me, but then being able to see stuff in real time, being able to see things unfold in front of you in real time, how stuff interact with each other. You could chart out like a signal, a dynamics, the dynamics of a signal. You could see inflows and outflows from a circle and how people move about and how they interact with eye contact with other traffic. And like you could see the restaurants and like you could see what people do when they're doing stuff there. And yeah, you could pretend to be a whole bunch of stuff and you could just, and if you do this at different times of the day, it's like a whole bunch of new dimensions. This should cartography, like charting out stuff. Uh, my I probably have a video on this, like epistemological cartography, like actual cartography as well, or like anthropological cartography is something like we should get into, I guess. Uh, and yeah, the probabilistic distribution that we're talking about when we talk about like how to choose where to go next, it's probably just like what seems interesting or like what you haven't explored or what you don't know. Uh, it's great. It's actually good. So today as well, probably I'll start walking at around 3:30ish. I'll pick up a friend from like a bunch of friends have expressed interest in doing this sort of stuff. I sort of posted this yesterday on a common group as like what I've been up to recently. And they were like, yeah, they'll be in on it. They're more like Pokemon Go people, but then I was like, no, we should be more like babies day out people. Uh, so probably I'll convince them. It's like I'm like a really good convincer, if that's a word. Persuader is the word, right? Yeah. I'm really good persuader, so it's like I have that in me, so that's no worries. Uh, but yeah, what I'm going to do today is like, yeah, just I'm gonna like be ready. I got like power banks and stuff because I'll probably hand out charges to people as well if they need a charge, I guess. Uh, yeah, water bottle. You get a bunch of pocket notebooks. You probably wear cargos so that you seem like a writer or a journalist. You have spectacles, of course. If you, even if you don't have spectacles, you wear spectacles so that you seem civil. You have ambient aware headphones because if you're doing it alone, putting in that background music with actual stuff that's happening with you, that's like that gives you the feel of a movie. So I did that yesterday. I was alone yesterday, and it was fun. It was fun. So that was that. And yeah, it's given me a whole bunch of ideas, a whole bunch of video ideas. It gives you a whole bunch of stuff. So that's great. That's actually great. I mean, compared to like all the other things that I've done so far, uh, be it concerts or clubbing or like I don't know, just even being at a library or like going to parks or like I don't know, doing whatever. This kind of seemed sort of a great combination of uncertainty, uh, exploration, observing, and like just like yeah, just like I felt better after the whole activity. Like recharged and like looking forward to the next thing that I need to get into. That was that. Yeah. So I guess that's it. I guess that's it. Yeah, that is it. I'll keep it short this time. I don't need to like ramble about it necessarily. So random box it is. I mean, there's like I did have cognitive serendipity before. Uh, okay, so there's the mental aspect of this is like just meditating. For me, I do monkey mind meditation. It's more along the lines of you deliberately delve into your thoughts and like see where you go. So that's great for me. I do not try to like shush them. I'm more on the lines of like ask questions again and again. I like to make it go fast. I like to this is like something that Naval Ravikant has had written about somewhere. I don't know. He talked about like how many threads he could get going in his own head. So I've been enjoying that recently. I just sit down, I close my eyes, and I see how many internal Rajas I can spawn. And yeah, make them talk to each other, discuss interesting stuff, come up with ideas. So that's probably something that I'm going to be into. Uh, the physical counterpart of that cognitive meditation, monkey mind meditation, is just like a random walks. And yeah, you walk around like a child. But yeah, I'm not a child. I mean, so I can defend myself and stuff. And so like that's something. You need to be yeah, you should like security is a thing. So and India is like a creative place. So yeah, be careful out there. Uh, Act like a tourist, but then you also have to be smart enough not to understand like where not to go and like what not to do. So that is yeah, that's like the FAFO kind of thing, like F around, find out that sort of stuff. Yeah, FAFO. So you need to get in the perfect flow state of like FAFO. So you like F around just enough to like find out just enough, and you gradually keep on improving that. So this open world RPG mindset is like what I'm going to get into. NPCs, yeah, I mean, there are a whole bunch of NPCs, but then NPCs can be NPCs. Why do main characters, or like why do protagonists why would protagonists worry about NPCs? Can you just talk to them and move on? Or you get a whole bunch of side quests. It's like a win-win thing. You get more information, or you get what do you say, a side quest. It's fun, man. You could just go around and ask people, do you need help with something? Like they'll just talk about their problems, and like you can pretend to worry, and you can like either okay, you can either network in the sense like you hand out random contacts as to like where they could do what, or you could actually help out other tourists, pretend to be a tourist with them. Yeah, or you could just be like a hackish tour guide. Maybe a tour guide thing, like being a part-time tour guide would be fun. I think I should do that. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go in the more culturally dense parts of the city henceforth. I'm gonna start pretending to be a tour guide. I could probably like have yeah, networks with the shop owners and like direct tourists to them. Then probably charge something for that. It's just like a very interesting dimension that opens up. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So probably yeah, there's that. I mean that has gotten me excited compared to any other deterministic thing that I do. So if I plan something to relax, let's say I plan a movie, or let's say we're doing something as like friends, or like I don't know, like probably a thing where it's all determined as to like what's going to happen and like what I'm going to get into. This has been much more entertaining. Uh, I do have a cycle as well, like a fat bike. I'll probably start the cycle sometime soon. I need to like repair it. I need to like get it going. I need to like do some maintenance. So like that's that. But yeah, I mean, so that's cool. So I probably have my weekends figured out. I'm probably also gonna start traveling henceforth. And rather than adventure sports, I'm probably gonna be like on adventure walks. So I just walk in a city though. Outside, of course, I'll see. I mean, outside you travel the usual way. When I said I'm talking about like anthropologically, culturally dense areas. So these places you just walk. You just walk around. Uh, yeah, sounds interesting. So what I do next is okay. I'm probably not going to monetize that. I'm probably going to like keep it a hobby because this is the first time I found a hobby that I actually find interesting. I'm not doing it in a performative manner, in the sense that I'm not thinking about like what are the ideas can I create. Or, like even when I read books, there's a slight hint of like, is there a video idea in this? Or let's say even when I play something, it's like I want to be more athletic or like improve my footwork and stuff. There's some sort of like improvement index, but this is more along the lines of like just like true relaxation. Like in the end, I get a good workout in. If you're like if you've been for like 2 3 hours, you get a good workout in. You get like a whole bunch of steps in, and your like mood is great because you've listened to some great music and like it's like you're in your own movie and like in your own world while also exploring the world outside. You realize a whole bunch of stuff. The amount of realizations I had yesterday when I talked about the Force from Star Wars, is like you could see how things are oriented, are laying around, are moving, are static, and you couldn't like sort of cognitively, mentally time travel to like backtrack how that must have happened. Imagine like imagine playing sort of like a Sherlock scene in your own head where you imagine how something must have happened. Or like a crime documentary where you figure out where the bullet was shot from. Or like where was the sniper? Or like yeah, I mean how the murder must have been conducted, that sort of stuff. But then you just do that for like, let's say, like simple kind of things, like where must have this guy come in from, park the car here, and which restaurant must the guy be at, depending on how the car looks or how the crowd is, or like that sort of stuff. So yeah, those sort of mysteries are kind of very interesting to solve. And if you have friends, you could probably start placing bets. And yeah, it's just like it's good. It's good. It's just like an interesting game. Solo as well as group. So this is the first thing that I found that yeah, I could get on with in a group as well as solo. Okay, because like for example, working out I enjoy doing it alone. Uh, Playing badminton, I cannot play badminton alone. I enjoy them separately as activities in a different axis of like the number of people that you have with you. Uh, but yeah, this thing I could probably do with a whole city as well as just myself. That's interesting. It's kind of, I mean, I don't get it. Why have run clubs when just walking? Walking is kind of insane. Yeah, maybe I should start a walking club, sort of a walking club sort of movement. You just walk, and I'm fit by the way, so it's not like I'm not like I say physically incapable of running or something. It's just that like I like enjoying what's around me. So that's new. It's not new. It's just like that's a new realization. I mean, it's pretty old, but it's just new realization. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think that's mostly it for today. Yeah. So it's not just, you don't just walk around on trails or mountains or like stuff that is dedicated for walking. You walk around in chaotic places, and yeah, you walk around with the intention of observing and absorbing, not with the intention of like achieving a goal. You could of course like get side quests and stuff, but yeah, I'm probably gonna like dedicate it 4 or 5 hours every week to this now. And whenever I'm gonna travel as well, there's probably gonna be a random walk day. So like I start out early morning. Whenever I travel, I'll probably just travel to like walkable cities. There's a whole bunch of walkable cities in India to start off with, and then like of course there's a whole bunch of walkable cities all across the world. So yeah, rather than like visiting destinations, tourist destinations, and just like stuff like that, and like trucking, rather than a checklist, I walk around without cabs and stuff, and like without renting a car or something. Uh, yeah, maybe might also be a good way to get into commentary, I guess, like vlogging. I mean, yeah, maybe this could be a new hobby, like streaming a walk, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I mean, to maintain the caffeine ritual, I could probably like wear a caffeinated drink hat and like just have a straw and like sip stuff. What people do at baseball games and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I guess that works. Whole bunch of ideas, whole bunch of ideas. But yeah, I mean, I probably should have more inputs and so forth. I mean, I will continue reading books and I will continue working deep and like deep work and stuff, and that'll happen. But then this sort of superficiality, like uh, undirected observation, or like yeah, I should name this hobby. It's like cartography. It's like cognitive cartography. Epistemological cartography is like more of a philosophical thing that I get into, like where I chart out domains and stuff and like link stuff here and there, like map out things. But in this combination of like maybe anthropological cartography is what it is. You see what people are doing and like you get to relate stuff. I mean, you should balance both epistemological and anthropological cartography. Epistemological being the more abstract side of things, anthropological being the more realized, what's actual, what's really true, rather than It need not be targeted towards being like what should be, but it's like what is. So epistemological is more along the lines of like what is the latent thing that is like ruling them all. But then anthropological, in the sense, in terms of humans and like how they interact with the stuff around them, is going to be about what actually is. So balancing the two is important. I was lacking the latter up until now, but I do realize that now. So maybe this channel has new directions to explore. I guess that's it for the day. Yeah, I'm gonna like end it here. Thanks for tuning in. This was SaaS Serendipity as a Service X15. We're going good. I think it's evolving. I think the kind of stuff I'm going to get into soon will be better.